Till now we saw about how to load dimension, load data. Now we will see how to calculate the data. First we need to understand that each database has two types of data. Input data, calculated data. For example, we may enter actual sales data month-wise. But to get quarter-wise actual data, we need to calculate the input data. Essbase offers two types of database calculation. First, outline calculation. Second, script-based calculation. In the outline calculation, Essbase calculates the database based on the relations between members of a dimension, consolidation sign, and member formulas. We can execute outline calculation from the calc script, but we cannot execute calc script from outline. There are three commands by which we can execute outline calculation: calcall, calcdim, aggregate. Default is calcall. Calcall consolidates all dimensions and calculates the formula of member of each dimension. When we execute calcall, the calculation order of the database is account, time, dense dimension, sparse dimension, to pass. In a database where both account and time dimensions are present, then Essbase will calculate first dimension, tagged as account, followed by time, then dense dimensions, and finally sparse dimensions. However, for both sparse and dense dimensions will be calculated in the order in which they are placed in the outline. If account and time dimensions are not present, then Essbase will calculate first dense dimensions, the order in which they are placed in the outline, and then sparse dimensions, the order in which they are placed in the outline. Calcdim. It calculates the member consolidation and member formulas for a particular dimension. Aggregate. It simply consolidates the database without considering member formulas. Mainly used for sparse dimensions where simple consolidation is considered and no formula. On the other hand, script-based calculation is used when the calculation script will have series of formulas, data copy, some calculation order, etc. By this calculation we tell Essbase how to calculate the database. Also we can do a part of the database calculation. Like we can calculate a specific dimension. This slide shows how each dimension is calculated. Each dimension is calculated based on following 3 points. 1. Member relationship. 2. Member consolidation. 3. Member formulas. Member relationship. The order of calculation in a dimension depends upon the relationship between its member in a dimension. For example, all level 0 members are calculated in a branch to produce the data for level 1 member. Then level 1 members are calculated to give level 2 members data. Here, the diagram shows the year dimension and how its members are calculated. First Jan, February and March members are calculated to give quarter 1. Similarly quarter 2 and quarter 3 are calculated. Finally year is calculated. The numbers beside each member show the order of calculation in year dimension. Member consolidation in each dimensions. In each hierarchy of a dimension, parent member gets data based on the consolidation sign of its child. Ordering of members is important for calculation of divide or percentage of a member. Member formulas in each dimensions. Usually we place a member formula for dynamic calc member for which we do not want to allocate any space in the database. For example, discount equal to gross sales multiplied by discount percentage. Now we make discount as dynamic calc. We also use formula for stored members. For example, when a member is calculated based on simple consolidation sign of two members, which are not present in the same hierarchy. In this picture, gross sales is calculated by units and list price. List price is present under input rates, and not in the hierarchy of gross sales. In such scenarios, we need to place a member formula. However, wherever possible, use simple member consolidation instead of member formulas.